Om Shanti. Baba is unlimited, and so Baba's praise is also unlimited. We praise him as ocean of love, ocean of mercy, ocean of forgiveness, ocean of so many qualities, the source. And the wonder of Baba is that he wants to make us, his children, equal to himself, nothing less than him. And one of the main qualities by which people in the whole world remember God, no matter which faith or belief they belong to, definitely everyone think of God as being merciful, forgiveness, and love. And of course, Baba alone would not be bestowing those qualities to the souls of the whole world. And that is why he has adopted us as his children to help him in that task of sharing that God's love, God's mercy, God's forgiveness. And that is why Baba keeps reminding us that God is making you into gods and goddesses, master in every quality. And particularly during this season's Murli, Baba has focused on one particular quality of God, and that is mercy. God is so merciful that he does not keep anyone's defect, anyone's weakness in his heart. Why? Because he loves each one. He demonstrates his love in action by not seeing, not keeping any defects of anyone. And that is why God's mercy, God's love is very special. It's merciful love. I remember Baba was talking in the first Murli of the season, in which he mentioned that he has love for everyone, even the last bead of the rosary, but together with love, he also has mercy. So that means he has that such a feeling of upliftment, such a deep concern for souls to progress. So we can see that how Baba has made us belong to him by showing mercy in action, by forgiving us through his love. Many times we ask this question to ourselves: did Baba forgive me first? Or he gave me love? Or he showed mercy? Ask yourself, what is your experience? What came first in your life? And I think for myself, the feeling is that Baba showed so much of mercy that he was able to bring us into the right understanding and brought us into the right path. Even though we had gone astray, we had made mistakes, we had defamed him, but he knew that we are blameless. We are not to be blamed. It was all out of ignorance. He understood our intention, and so with his mercy, he demonstrated his love and forgiveness. So let us think about all the souls in the world today. What do they want from God? Everyone is asking God for mercy, love, and forgiveness. And that is why sometimes Baba asks us, don't you hear the call of the devotees? Don't you listen to the cries of the devotees? They are asking for love and mercy from God. And that is why this season, Baba has asked each one of us to become a mine of mercy. When I heard this from Baba, I was really touched. Baba wants us to become a mine. You know what is a mine? We talk about gold mine, diamond mine. A place where you can keep on receiving those treasures unending. The more you dig deeper, the more you can find those treasures. So what Baba meant by becoming a mine of mercy, which means overflowing with that quality of mercy, being unlimited in that quality of mercy, being constant and for all. Because I remember when Baba was talking about power to accommodate, he was saying that is it only that you can show that power to few souls and not to others? So that is not the nature of Goddess of Mercy. So the last image, that is left in the minds of the devotees before we return home is this image of our mercy. If you can visualize the non-living images, in the eyes of all the non-living images, you could feel that quality of mercy, love and forgiveness combined. So I thought this evening we will go into a little bit more depth in understanding how to become a mine so that we can constantly distribute this quality of mercy, and through that we can reveal Baba and bring souls close to Baba. Of course, everything has to begin with myself. So I need to first of all have mercy on myself. Those of us who have mercy on ourselves will naturally have mercy for others. So what it means to have mercy for myself? Of course, it is not definitely self-pity. In Laukik world, mercy is always mixed with pity. When you look at someone, in pain or in difficulty or in trouble, you tell them, oh, I feel so sorry, you are going through this experience. And that person feels good. Oh, somebody was able to have attention towards me. And so that kind of activity actually is going to trap me in a bondage with that soul, and I cannot come out of it. That is not mercy. Mercy actually means to, first of all, constantly have good thinking for myself, positive thoughts for myself. By having constantly positive thoughts, I bless myself. Because those who have mercy for themselves, they bless themselves. Secondly, what it means to have mercy is to be an obedient child of Baba, to follow Baba's Srimad accurately. Even if I cannot do any service, doesn't matter. Yesterday Baba was saying in the blessing, you remember? Even if you don't get a chance to do service through words, but if you are embodiment of knowledge, through your dharana, you can claim marks in the subject of service. And so what it means to have mercy for myself is to follow Baba's Srimad. By following it, I am showing, I am revealing, I have mercy for myself. Not pity, but mercy. And thirdly, what actually it means to have mercy is to be my own friend and not my own enemy. Because we can become our own friend, we can become our own enemy. When I know that something is not right, my conscience is telling me, but I go against my conscience, suppress my conscience, and do knowingly something is not right. So that means I am merciless. So this is why it is important that I become my own friend. So when I know something is right, I do it. And when I know something is not right, I don't do it. So that is another way of looking at myself having mercy. And very often Baba says regarding effort, how can I have mercy on myself in making effort? Because we are all, of course, effort makers. We all make mistakes. It's nothing wrong to make mistake. I don't need to punish myself. But the thing is, if I have mercy, concern for progress, that is also another definition of mercy. Having that concern for progress. Not worry, because if you worry about your progress, you won't make anything. But if you are concerned about your progress, you are being merciful. As a result of that deep concern, you will not make the same mistake second time. Means I prove myself, I reveal myself that how much I love myself. Because mercy is not possible without having love. It's love for the self creates mercy. And as a result of mercy, I can forgive myself. Forgiving myself means to let go of the past and get on with the present to brighten my future. Because if I sit down and, punish myself for the mistakes that I have done, I won't be able to move forward and progress. So first of all, really, I need to give that attention to myself. Because who is the most important person on this earth? What do you say? Who is the most important person for you in your life? It's me. Each one of us. So if I feel I am the most important person, so I should show that love for myself by, by giving that quality time. So when I'm giving time to myself, I am not selfish. Sometimes people misunderstand. Say if you are taking care of your body, if you are taking care of your mind, if you are taking care of your stage, that is, you are having love for yourself, you respect yourself, that is why you have that attention. So another definition Baba gave a few years ago, simple definition of having mercy on the self, is self-respect. So when you have respect for the self, you don't need self-pity. Can you understand the difference? See, when I don't have respect for myself, I am always empty. So I always look out for someone to give me some approval, someone to give me some appreciation. So it's a feeling of void inside. So having mercy on myself is a dignity, and it is a master quality of spirituality. When we talk about being spiritual, if we lack mercy for the self, we are not spiritual. We cannot look spiritual. Because out of the 5 master qualities of spirituality, mercy is very important. So I need to first of all give that importance to myself and sustain myself through that master quality of spirituality, which is mercy. So when I am filled, with mercy for myself, when I am moving on the right path, then I am able to bestow that quality through me in thought, words and actions to others. Now, looking at having mercy on others, whether it is Jnani soul or Jnani soul, doesn't matter. What it means is to constantly have good wishes, pure feelings for other souls. So I can check my attitude, I can check my feelings. If I have ill feelings or bad feelings for someone, even if they have done any mistakes, even if they are not following Srimad, doesn't matter. Means I don't need to take the law in my hand by having bad feelings in my mind for their action. Like for example, Baba tells us so many things. Not all of us do it at the same time. Each one of us take time because we need to realize, isn't it? But Baba doesn't give up his feelings of good wishes and, for us. And that is why we are able to make it, if not today, at least afterwards. So what it means to have mercy on others is good wishes and pure feelings. And I practice this way, when I look at some souls, and if they cannot, say, do things according to the level Baba is talking, according to that standard, but if I have pure feelings for someone, at least I will have appreciation in my heart. They are trying their best. They are doing their best. Maybe that is all they can do. You are doing very well. Even though I don't say it in words, but if I have that feelings, that means I am giving hope to someone who has lost hope. That is what Baba said, when someone has fallen down, what you should do? You should not push them and make them fall down more, but instead you must lift them up. So that means even that little appreciation in my heart that, okay, you are doing your best. That's all you could do. Fine. You are doing well. So that brings like a support to someone who is drowning. So that is a way of showing mercy I am not doing anything, but just that attitude and feeling in my heart. So one is having good wishes, pure feelings, giving hope to someone who is hopeless. That is why Baba said once, to have mercy is the expression of pure love of the soul. So if you are looking at someone as a soul, because you have that pure love, together with that you have mercy. But mercy based on knowledge, not Maya's mercy. This is very important to understand. Now, sometimes within Brahmin family, instead of showing accurate mercy based on knowledge, we begin to show Maya's mercy. Because when some souls are under the influence of their old sanskaras, their power of discrimination is not precise. So they are thinking of doing right, but they are doing wrong. So how can I show right mercy? Not that I feel sorry for them, because if I do at that time, that soul will consider me as someone who is their support, and I will get entangled. But instead, I need to show that soul the right understanding. That is what Baba said. Accurate mercy based on knowledge means giving the right understanding about the situation in life, without any feeling of offending anyone, but to leading the soul into the right path. So that is another way of having mercy towards souls who are weak, who are not able to discern. The third aspect, which also Baba mentioned beautifully, in the last year Murlis, doesn't matter whatever, however, whichever soul, whatever part they are playing, if I have mercy for them, I forgive and forget. So forgiveness is the other face of mercy, because I cannot have mercy without having the feeling of forgiveness. So forgiveness is possible only when I have compassion. Compassion is the forerunner of forgiveness. So this is why, see, today Baba mentioned in the Murli, today people go in front of the non-living images and they will, pour whatever in their heart, and then they feel like those non-living images has given some response. So even that non-living images become alive in front of them. And we are those in the living form now. We are the ones who are going to become. And so this is why, in order to have mercy, what we need is a big heart, generous heart. Even when I know the weakness of someone, to become innocent about that weakness at that time and give the strength to that soul to move forward. This is something we can see practically, when Bap Dada comes, when we meet Bap Dada, when we celebrate meeting, means Baba knows me in and out thoroughly. But when I come in front of Bap Dada at that time, Baba becomes totally innocent, as if he doesn't know anything. Because of that, he gives me the strength to overcome that weakness. So this is another aspect, how I can show mercy on others, is not to highlight the weakness, but to highlight the speciality and give them the wings of zeal and enthusiasm to use that speciality in God's work. So automatically that strength will give them the power to overcome the weakness naturally. This is what is also required. One thing also, Baba said a couple of days ago in one of the blessings, sometimes we hear so many souls talking waste, and we see so many waste, listen to so many waste. So how to show mercy under such situation? So Baba said, the real way of showing mercy is to merge it and not extend that to anyone else. So to be able to merge that which was waste, first of all, if it is not my responsibility, I don't need to listen to it. But if it is my responsibility, I have to listen to give them some solution. But after listening, it should completely merge in such a way that I don't extend. Because sometimes what happens is, we say we love that person so much that we cannot tolerate their weaknesses or shortcomings. And so we start to talk about that to another person, a third person, a fourth person. In fact, we have not given any power to that soul to overcome. By spreading the weakness, we have weakened that soul even more. So someone who is merciful, master merciful, they are able to merge the weaknesses but give strength to overcome the weakness through their good wishes and pure feelings. So never ever, show pity, because I remember Dadi Janki mentioned in one of our classes, if I have self-pity, I can never be merciful to others, because then I create karmic account. So I cannot experience upliftment myself, so I cannot have the deep concern to uplift others. So this is something I should always make sure that I stay in the seat of self-respect. And then when I deal with others, interact with others, I am able to give them that respect based on love. That itself is showing mercy. Once Sakar Baba said in the Murli, how Baba shows mercy is that he comes and teaches us knowledge every day. He comes to teach us the knowledge every day. His teachings itself is his mercy. And so what it means to show mercy on others is to give the right understanding without having any kind of fear. Because sometimes when there is attachment, I cannot show right mercy on others. When you don't have attachment with someone, of course it is possible. You must have seen in your own life, when there is attachment with someone, you cannot have the courage to give them the right understanding. Not with anger, because mercy and bossiness cannot go together. No? If I want to become a mine of mercy, I also have to become the embodiment of spirituality. But if there is bossiness or anger, even in the subtle form, I cannot be merciful. So this is why I need to constantly have benevolent feelings, bringing benefit, uplifting others. That is what Baba said in the last Murli. Paropakari, that means to bring benefit even to those who harm you, who insult you, who defame you, because you consider them to be blameless and you consider yourself to be selfless. So this is what it means to have compassion. See, the difference between compassion is more of selflessness. So when I have compassion, I am selfless. So I do not blame someone. I take that situation as a blessing in disguise for me to check my stage. See, why God is called merciful? Because He is paropakari. He becomes helpful. He uplifts those who defame Him. Why? Because He does not blame anyone because it was according to drama. Many times Baba says, whatever you have done, it was according to drama. It is past. So the sign of someone who has mercy on themselves and mercy for others is they are selfless and blameless. They would not point their fingers towards someone as being responsible for bringing their stage down or spoiling their stage. No. So this is why Baba says now the souls are weak. They may not be able to connect directly with God. They may not be able to recognize God in that incorporeal form and take help. So Baba has made all of us as instruments to reveal that quality. Now, if you look at angels today, so what is the form of an angel? No, angels are called protectors. And angels can protect because they are bestowers of God's mercy and love. And that is why today, no matter which religion souls belong to, everybody welcome angels. Because angels doesn't have any religion, but they belong to everyone. Because they are embodiment of the qualities of God. So that is why angels are considered to be intersection between man and God. So they are human in form and godly in nature. So who are those angels? Baba has been reminding us that you are those angels. So we have to reveal that form now. We have to reveal that form of being a bestower of mercy. So when Baba says become the mine, it means like unlimited, It's not to one or two souls. The more unlimited I become, the more deeper I go, so I can bring benefit to the world at large. So the feelings of mercy emerges in my heart when I look at the whole world as my family. Just like how you feel if any members of your family is suffering from some sickness or lacking some wealth or some problem, you have mercy for them, isn't it? You want to help them. You want to, share something that you have. So how do you emerge these feelings of mercy even to those souls whom you don't even see? You don't even know. What we talked previously is something that we can apply to souls whom we meet, interact, whether laukik, alaukik, agyani or gyani. But there are souls in the whole world asking for mercy from God. So how will I create that feelings? So for that I need to feel that whole world is my family. Constantly the world has to be in my head. That feelings, the world belongs to me, I belong to the world. So that is constantly immersed in my consciousness. Then the feeling will come, whatever Baba has given me, let my brothers and sisters, the world, they also receive it. You experiment. So when I'm emerging that merciful feelings in my heart, visualizing my whole world as my family, because my feelings are genuine. I don't have any selfishness. I don't have any limited consciousness, but genuine feelings of love, that these should also be given, received by others. And you see the magic of that feelings, merciful feelings filled with love, will emerge the same feelings in the souls, no matter where they are. They may not be able to trace who the person who is sending these feelings, but at that time, because they are in tune with God and they are asking God, they feel like God has responded to them. God has bestowed them that feelings of mercy, and they feel, that satisfaction and contentment in life they got. God has answered their prayers. So I think this kind of practice we have to increase more and more. Even though we all live in limited places, we may be living in a small family or a small center, wherever, a country where there are not many Brahmins, doesn't matter. But I should always see myself in front of my whole world. So as a result of that, what happens is you feel the belongingness and they also feel the belongingness without even seeing you. This experience I have heard from Dadi Janki many times. Like she visits to so many countries, some new countries for the first time. But as soon as people will look at her, they would say, Dadi, you are so kind. You are so merciful. But they have not even heard her anything, not even, met her properly. But they could feel that feelings. Why? Because, Dadi has that whole world and love for the souls, that they should come close to God. And they should, whatever she has got, they should get it. Sometimes even physically also she says that for us. Whatever blessings I have got from Baba, let you also get it, So that pure feelings, and it does touch. So this is why it is important that we don't meditate, we don't do things just for the self, but we have to combine, as Baba says, self-service and service to others. But not feeling sorry. Don't mix up pity with mercy. That is the main thing. Because when I begin to feel sorry, say someone has pain and someone is going through difficulty, so if I take the pain, I cannot massage their pain. But what is compassion? Compassion means you know it, you acknowledge, but you don't absorb the pain. So not absorbing, but acknowledging and not even questioning how that pain was created, whether it is mental or physical. Because once I become judgmental, I cannot be merciful. Because someone who is merciful will not go to find out the cause for their suffering. Whatever may be the reason, doesn't matter. But I acknowledge, I know it, but I don't absorb. Then I can give them the strength to overcome that pain. So actually what happens is that we can show this kind of compassion, mercy and kindness to people whom we don't know. It's easy also. The problem that comes very often is to show that kind of compassion to those people with whom we live day and night. You think it's a challenge? Yeah? I can show a lot of mercy on those people who are fighting in Iraq and Iran and, some other places in Africa, feel so much love for them. But what about someone who is living with me? How much good wishes I have, and how much compassion, and how much love. Means, I think if we can become a mine of mercy, as Baba has said, actually it's easy for me to remain content and share the treasure of contentment to others. That's why I think accurately Baba said today, charity begins at home. It has to begin, first of all, experimenting my feelings of mercy with those souls with whom I live day and night. Of course, we understand things happens in our relationship due to many reasons, due to past karmic accounts, due to some negligence on my side, ignorance, whatever may be. But I have to apply that to see how it works. And then to souls whom I come in contact, now and then to souls whom I don't know at all. So we don't need to start from the top to the bottom. We have to start from the bottom to the top. So that means it has to begin with myself. So compassion, in a way, actually is the virtue that we acquire on the basis of the quality mercy. Mercy is the quality of the soul. Kindness and compassion are acquired on the basis of mercy. So we cannot separate them. See, we praise God as ocean of mercy and not ocean of compassion and kindness. So that is something I acquire in the corporeal world. So if after being a human being, that is what they say, to have kindness in human life is to have humanity. If there is no kindness in human life, there is no humanity. So one value is missing. But of course that kindness can come only when I am soul conscious. What it means to be kind, it means to be gentle, humble, peaceful. So that quality of kindness comes on the basis of soul consciousness. So that is why Baba says, the more soul consciousness I practice, the more I emerge the master quality of mercy, and on the basis of that, I can acquire kindness. So that means the gentleness in my interaction, humility in my interaction, coolness, sweetness, all this comes together when there is soul consciousness. So how Baba would like to see us, one of the qualities that reveals God to the world is the quality of being a bestower. Not giving and receiving, but bestowing. Because only God can bestow and only angels can bestow, not human beings. And so if I want to become like Father in corporeal and corporeal, I have to become a bestower, an angel. Someone who has received, that quality from Baba, so automatically Baba can use me as an instrument for that. So the difference between bestowing and giving means expecting to receive. Bestow means one way, selfless. I got so much that I just share. I don't expect anything in return. So that is the image. Baba says, become an image that grants vision. So how do I become an image? Overflowing with that quality of mercy. Means when you have more than you need, it has to overflow, isn't it? And we all feel that Baba has given more than what we asked from him. And so when I emerge that feelings of attainments from Baba, when I am in that stage of intoxication and embodiment of attainments, not only I become full, but I begin to overflow. So automatically the stage of the bestower comes. So a bestower doesn't have an account of credit and debit. That is human. But bestower is one way, open account. So when souls experience, such kind of selflessness through each one of us, then they can call us as goddess of mercy. Someone who helps to those who harm others, someone who gives the wings of hope to those who have lost hope, someone who performs an act of charity. See, to have mercy for others is not donation. It's an act of charity. That means rescuing the life of others even at the cost of my own. Just like, say, I see someone drowning. Now, of course, I know if I want to save that person, if I jump into the water, I have to first of all let go of my own life, isn't it? But of course, it doesn't happen that when you have that genuine attitude to help someone drowning to save them, you won't be drowned. But then you need to have so much of love and mercy for human life that you are prepared to jump at the sacrifice of your life to save some life. So that is why to have mercy for others is to perform an act of charity, not just an act of donation. Donation, everybody can give. Donation is like when you have something in plenty, you make use of whatever you want for yourself, but still you got some extra. So you give that for somebody to make use of it. That is a good action, good karma. But that is not charity. You are called a donor. That is why Dadi was saying in one of the classes, there are many donors in the world, but very few charitable souls. So in order to have that act of charity, I need to be totally selfless. And so, let us experience ourselves to be full and content. I don't want anything for myself. Baba has given me everything, whatever I wanted. The only feeling I have is, let the souls of this world receive what I have received from Baba. Because one thing Baba said once which really touched very much was, Baba said, people are asking for something which you have in plenty. Don't you feel mercy for them? Say they are asking for peace, they are asking for love, they are asking for respect, and you have those things in plenty. Don't you feel mercy to share that with your family? How do you feel when Baba says that? So naturally I feel yes. When my own brothers and sisters are calling out for the same thing which I got in excess, why can't I share? So that means I need to have such an open heart. That is why the hands of the deities are always shown like this, giving, not like this. This is the hand of taking, wanting. So I need to have that feeling in my heart. I don't want anything. I am full. I am content. All that I want is, let the souls of this world receive. So when you want to share these merciful feelings with the world, what you need to do is immerse these deep feelings, as I said. My whole world is my family. All my brothers and sisters are my own. Let them receive what I have received and make their life content. With these feelings, you lift your consciousness and plug your connection with Baba, the satellite, and sit with Baba on the top of the globe of the world. And from Baba, whoever is in tune, they will receive. I don't need to think I have to give. Because Baba is like a satellite. So I plug in my connection and I sit in that stage of being full, complete. So from Baba it reaches out to the world. So of course in my practical action, when I interact with others, I have to use that practice of being merciful on a different level. Because we are living in the real world, so we cannot always, say that, okay, I can speak whatever I want, I can do whatever I want, but in my mind I have feelings, so that doesn't work. So both ways, as we come in contact with Brahmin souls, as we come in contact with Ajnani souls, Laukik souls, everyone should feel, even though they don't become Brahma Kumars, but they feel that you are kind to them, you are merciful, you are compassionate, so that their intellect is touched by God. So what we can do is, for the next hour we have meditation, and so in that meditation we specially focus on sharing this quality of mercy and love to our world, the family, so that not only we are talking about how to become the mind, but distribute that treasure of mercy from the mind that we have received from Baba. Of course, I can become the mind of mercy when the consciousness of mine is minus. As long as I maintain the consciousness of mine, I cannot be a mine. I can only be a little pond. I can only be a little place of mercy. But when I let go of the consciousness, arrogance of I and mine, you and yours, I am on the unlimited. So that is when I am open. Anybody can receive what they want. So let us let go of all the limitations, go on to the unlimited, and sit with Baba, emerging these feelings. So we are able to serve ourselves and serve the world. Om Shanti.